All right, everyone. Another week of rock tumbling in the books. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my big 12-pound tumbler, and we'll see how things are doing inside. All right, not looking too bad. All right, so we're gonna dump it in here. There we go. Whew. All right. Clean it off a bit. All right, that should be good. Nice and clean, and then we'll put it over here. Hey, Ivy. And let's see. All right. And we're ready to go. So this is a mix of chert and quartz for the most part. Use silicon carbide grit to wear it down, but then it's just in there with water, so there's no special chemicals or anything that I'm using. Oop. There we go. Alrighty. Let's start with my big one. This one's a favorite of mine. So this is chert. It's got some really cool patterns, some really nice black and red. It's not quite done. You can see there's this big spot here that needs to smooth out still. So that'll go back in and get another week. Let's see. Let's look at our other big ones that we check out every week and hope that they're further along. So this is our normal looking chert that I really like because it has these banded spots all over it. Don't know how much further I'm gonna let this one run before I just go ahead and move it to the next stage. Because it's pretty big. All right, set that to the side. So here's our other big one with bands. This one I may move on pretty soon. See, there's this spot here that needs more work, but other than that, it's pretty smooth all around, especially for a rock this size. Let's see, let's do our first piece of quartz. So this is a kind of a messy piece of quartz. You can see it's got some fractures in it and some spots that are real dirty, but should still come out cool in the end. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's like along here it's pretty smooth, but then down here there's Still some cracks and spaces that need a little bit of work. So we'll give it some more time in the tumbler. Let's see, here's a nice white or sort of clear piece of quartz. You can see there's this fracture, runs all the way along here and around on the back. So I would not be surprised if it broke in the next week. Let's see, another large piece of chert. This is one, you can tell I cut it because, let's see, this, I'm trying to find the best lighting for you guys. You can tell this one was cut because this side is perfectly flat, just about. And this one's really neat because it has some quartz veins running through it. There's something in my lamp. There we go. All right, next piece of chert. So this one's got some really neat color to it. It's got that kind of veiny pattern that I always like to see. But it's still got some big chunks that need more time in the tumbler. So here's just more kind of generic white milky quartz with some yellow staining from the dirt. Uh-oh, this one looks like it broke this week. Oh, this is one I thought it would break eventually. Wonder if I can find the other big chunk. Well, I'll set it aside and see if we find it later. But let's see, there's a bunch of different colors. Got red, got like an array of yellows and oranges. So that one will be cool once it's done. Ooh, this one's one of my favorites. It's got these really cool red bands, red lines. Next one, this is a piece of chert that I didn't think would ever really tumble well, but it seems to be just about done. I thought the fractures were just going to be really deep and it would leave me with a mess of a rock, but this one's pretty good actually. Ooh, I think this is ready. Yes, so it's nice and smooth all around. So this piece of quartz will move on to the next stage. And that's when it will start to get shiny all on its own without being wet. So let me show you what it looks like dry right now. So dry, and it's not perfectly dry. So it doesn't shine by itself yet, but it will once it finishes up with the next couple stages. So I'm gonna move that over to my pile that's ready for the next stage. All right, let's take a look at this nice yellow quartz with some red. So I'd really hoped that this area would stay, and it has so far. There's still some spots like down here that will need one more week, but should be getting close. Ooh, this one might be ready too. Let's see. Might give it one last week. Yeah, so this is more quartz. You can see there's all sorts of little, I guess they're healed fractures, maybe you'd call them. There's spots that kind of catch the light. I love those when you get them on the inside of quartz. So this came from the same rock as this. So it also has a piece of the red that I like. And then it's got some nice yellow. So these aren't polished yet. They're still going through the rough grit stage. So they'll be polished eventually, but yes, that's the plan. Here we go. Some more of that yellow quartz. No, that's fine, don't worry about it. Let's see. Ooh, look at this piece of chert. It's got these little, there must have been little holes that filled. Oh, that was just grit. I thought maybe that was quartz. This one's kind of cool though. It's a nice red. All right, so this one. Of these, my favorite, I think, is probably this one over here. It's not done yet, but I like the bands. So you can see it goes from like the grayish brown to the limestone and back and forth in some of these spots. I always like when it looks like that. Here we need a little bit more time for this kind of rough area. So I'll put that back in. This piece of quartz here, I don't know what this will be like. I wonder how deep this rough area runs. Sometimes the rock just isn't meant to tumble, but we'll give that one a little more time and see how it turns out. Another one of our yellow quartz. Let's see, oh, here's the piece that broke off. All right, so the one we were looking at earlier. Yes, so everything that's chert I find in my neighborhood, and everything that's quartz I found in kind of Potomac, Bethesda area in Maryland. So this was one rock, now it's two. Which before we could see this like deep crack running along here that went all the way through, so figured it'd happen eventually. So now this inside cracked area will need to polish off. Another piece of chert with some neat lines running through it. I'm worried though that it won't, that it just has too many deep fractures and that it will never really be ready. We'll see. Let's see, a couple more pieces of quartz. So again, this quartz came from like Bethesda, Cabin John, Potomac, Maryland area. This is a nice piece of quartz. This one's still messy. I think this one has only been in here 1 week. Here's one that's been in here like 10 weeks. It's finally getting close. It was a huge rock, but it was really crumbly on the exterior. It's finally smoothing out all the way around. Darn, I was hoping this one would be ready. So you can see there's still this little like crevice here that probably won't polish well if it doesn't do 1 more week in the rough grit. But I love the colors. So I'm excited for this one. And this is chert. Let's see. So some more chert. This is the neat one that has that weird little vein of the red iron stained quartz running through it. It's like little islands and fire on top. That one's neat. It's just a little piece. I think it broke off at one point from something else. Nice big white milky piece. This one will be a few weeks before all this smooths out. So this came from New Orleans. So pretty cool. You get these off Amazon. Like if you wanted to tumble rocks yourself, I think you probably could get rocks on Amazon. I'm not sure. I know there are plenty of places like Kingsley North and the Rock Shed where you can buy rocks to tumble. There's a nice white, well, will be nice once this area smooths further down and grinds out. You can see over here. It's got a little hole, but that's okay. That's some nice white quartz, milky quartz. Let's see, this one is really cool over here, but this needs a little more work. It's not smooth yet. It's another piece of chert. Still see some holes. I'll have to give that a couple more weeks. Let's see. There's another one that I got in New Orleans. I forgot I put those in this week. Needed a few more rocks. So I don't really know what this is, but it's cool. Let's see. This chert here is almost done. It's got some cool veins, like a leaf vein, but it's red. This side still needs a little more time though. This is another one of our New Orleans rocks. This one is probably ready to move on. It's not perfectly round, but that's okay. It does have this spot here that you can feel. It's not quite smooth. Yeah, those New Orleans rocks moved pretty quickly. Here we go. This was another one from New Orleans. Hopefully I'll be able to save some of this yellow before it's all gone. And this one's ready. This, I think, is some sort of agate from New Orleans. You can see those bands in there. And I can't remember what the agate you find in New Orleans, Mississippi area is called, but I think this is an example of it. And that one's ready, so I'll put it in my little ready for the next stage area. Some more clear quartz, or milky quartz. This one's almost ready, but it's got this little hole. So it'll go back in for one more week. Oh yeah, hey Treson, I remember you. Yeah, there's a little piece of, I think quartz, maybe calcite. This one had a bunch of fractures in it, so you can see it kind of splintered into a bunch of little pieces. But ooh, this one's ready. Oh, do I? How do you say it? No, it's not ready. This one's got a little crack here. Is it more like tracing? Hello, exotic gems. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, so like Grayson. Trayson. Okay, I can say that. Sorry about that. This one's pretty cool. It's just about ready. Another piece of quartz. It's a teeny tiny little piece of chert. Still got a crack, but I'll probably move it on just because. Thank you. So here's another little piece of agate from New Orleans, Mississippi area. Which is fun. I don't get very many. We don't have agate around here in Virginia. Here's some quartz. Don't quite know what the green stuff is up there. This one looks like it's probably going to have a bunch of holes. I think this is another little piece of chert. Here's some quartz again. Oop. It's a little dirty. There we go. Yeah, so this one should smooth out pretty well. No, I mostly pick these up along like streams and creek beds. Here's a little chunk of quartz as well. I think it'd be fun to go mining. I don't know what this is. I think Irami. So they're all wet right now. When you tumble them, they're wet, and then you dry them off. Well, you keep them wet usually until you're done polishing them. So yeah, this piece of quartz also has some of that green stuff in it. Where I got it is a lot of serpentine, so that may be like a serpentine inclusion. Ooh, now that's cool. Yeah, this one's ready to move on. Huh. Oh, awesome. I'll have to try that sometime. Here's a piece of chert. I probably cut this one. That's probably why it's already so smooth. I wish it was gold. So this is also ready. This is a piece of quartz. Came from that same rock as this bigger one from over here. I cut it up. Got a lot that's ready to move on today. It's always good. This one's pretty close, but something broke off this side. Here's a nice big flat piece of quartz. Not particularly pretty or special, but once it flattens or smooths out a little more, it might be nice. I still don't know what this is. Got it in Richmond. Maybe Petersburg granite, pink Petersburg granite. Ooh, I've got a couple favorites. I really like this one because it's so big and it's already almost ready. But you can't see it very well when it's dry. But it's got some black and red. This side here needs a little bit more time in the tumbler though. Let's see. It's another little chunk. Quartz, I think. Some some white quartz. Oh, thank you, Cody. I wish it didn't have that little hole running through there, but eventually it'll smooth out. This is chert. I might give this one more week in the tumbler, but this might be one that never quite smooths all the way. This black one here, it's getting close to being ready, at least. It's still got lots of cracks though. Womp womp. Spray these and get them wet. Oh, here's another one from New Orleans. Yeah. And since someone always asks, these are little ceramic pellets that I've been adding to help with the grinding process. Yeah, this one still needs a little work. So I try to keep the same type of rock or similar types of rocks. So right now I'm doing chert and quartz, and then I use these little ceramic beads to help fill in gaps. So yeah, this is another little quartz piece. This one might be ready. Let's see. Yeah, I think it is. Maybe. I never know what to do with these little teeny tiny spots. I guess I run it one more week. Here's another one that's getting close. Yeah, it's still got this hole down here. This is a nice piece of chert. Aw, this cute little one broke from something. Can you get one? They're not for sale yet. Maybe eventually. This one I really, really like, but I need this side to smooth out a little more before I can move it on. See, so this one looks pretty good over here, but you can tell this side is very grainy. So it's gonna have to spend some more time in there. I really like these quartz pieces that have more red in them than yellow. Yeah, when I put them up, I will definitely make sure you all know about it. I'll probably do that. Start with some of those sometime this week. It's my goal. Get something set up on Etsy or Shopify. So this is cool. It's another piece of quartz with staining. I don't know what this is, but it's pretty neat. This might be from Louisiana too. Serenity. Yes, I remember your name. So I'm always here Saturdays at 11. And then I try either Friday night or Sunday night to hop on. Here's some more quartz. So Saturdays I always do my rock tumbler barrel, and then other days I use my lapidary machine thing to polish specific rocks by hand. So this one's nice over here, and then really ugly over here. Let's see. Another. These colors are pretty. MFO from France. Hello. So it's a mix of chert from here in Rockingham County, Virginia, and quartz from Potomac, Bethesda, Maryland area. So this is from So this is chert. I guess it's chert. I got it here in Rockingham County. It's got this little fracture that I'm waiting to smooth out. Then there's a few random pieces that are from New Orleans. This one has some really grainy spots here that are going to take some time to smooth out. And this one, been waiting on for a while. I want this side to smooth more before I move it to the next stage. Then we've just got some random pieces of teeny tiny quartz. Ooh, this is a fun one because it's chert, and then it's got these two little eyes of quartz. Maybe it's smirking. That's awesome, Serenity. What type of business? Another little piece of quartz. There's some more just chert. This quartz isn't doing so well. Guess it needs more time. Let's see, let's pull out some more pieces. Most of what's left is too small to really pay much attention to. But let's see. Ooh. Here's a really cool one. It's got these really cool little teeny tiny patterns in it. This one's from New Orleans as well. Let's see. This one's not the prettiest color, but it's kind of cool anyway. Let's see. Let's not speak like that, high frequency. It's a white milky piece of quartz. All right. Today's going to be kind of a short day. I've got some family stuff I need to do later today, so I'm going to head out pretty soon. Ooh, look at the teeny tiny. That's pretty cool. And this one. Let's see, a few more pieces of quartz. They're coming along. That's cool, Serenity. I hope your friend gets better. Some quartz. Hi, Sika. All right. Ooh, this is kind of cool. It's weird. I don't really know what it is, but it's cool. So you can see quartz again, or chert. This one's got a hole, so I don't know what to do with it. And the rest are basically just crumbs. Oh, awesome, Camera Productions. So, ooh, here's a neat little red piece of quartz. Hi, Jocelyn. Oh, that's neat. I like this one. Any of these? This one's like a little jelly bean. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Like I said, I have to cut it short since I've got some other plans for the day with family, but thank you for hanging out. What type of rocks are these? So these are mostly quartz from Potomac, Maryland, and chert from Rockingham, Virginia, although there are some little agates that I collected in New Orleans. So thank you again for hanging out. I'm going to sign off now, but I will see all of you again next week. Bye.